Hey, welcome to another episode of MLM Renegade. I'm really excited for this one.
So here's the million-dollar question. How are network marketers like us, who've tried everything their upline ever suggested to be successful, and yet still struggled, who grew up with technology and aren't stuck in the 20th century, how are we supposed to grow our downlines and our bank accounts, and yet still have time for real life? My name is J.R. McKee. Join me as we explore how to use 21st century learning and technology to grow our downlines and build lasting wealth. Simply put, this is MLM done different. Welcome to MLM Renegade.
Welcome back. Today, guys, I want to talk about FOMO, the fear of missing out. I actually recently have experienced this in great detail lately, and it's been really annoying. And I'm glad that I don't have to deal with it any longer. And what I'm talking about is, I watched a lot of friends and colleagues who were in Nashville, Tennessee for Funnel Hacking Live. Now, Nashville has a very special place in my heart. Maybe I should explain. When I worked one of my sales jobs not too long ago, I was responsible for opening the Tennessee market for our company. And so when I went to work there, or when I went to do that, I told my boss that basically I needed to treat it like it was my backyard. So what that meant is I went there and I spent time there. I would spend about a week a month in between Memphis and Nashville, Tennessee. I ventured all the way out to Chattanooga and Knoxville. I circumnavigated the entire state. And I gotta tell you, it really left me with a love for the people of Tennessee. They're real, they're Southerners, you could shake their hand and look them in the eye. And so my fear of missing out, I really was just missing out. It wasn't a fear. Was one, being in Nashville. I missed the city, and I look forward to going again. But two, it was Funnel Hacking Live. Now, for those of you who don't know, Funnel Hacking Live is put on by ClickFunnels, who is the software company that I use to create online sales funnels. And ClickFunnels was created by a guy named Russell Brunson. Now, Russell Brunson is a genius. Okay. He basically his entire life has been obsessed with marketing, but he's taken this marketing to a different level and enabled the entrepreneur to create their own environment where they can sell online, and it's been awesome to watch. He's also the author of a couple of best-selling books, the .com Secrets and Expert Secrets, and I will actually set up links so that you guys can get those for free. They're free plus shipping. So, you're going to pay $7 or something to have it shipped to you, but it is free. Those are two of the most influential marketing books that I have ever read in my entire life, and I cannot emphasize them enough to be read because they are amazing. It doesn't matter what you sell, business to business, business to consumer, whatever. It doesn't matter. The principles that are there are huge. And he's grown this business such that it is the largest and fastest growing software company in the world that is not venture backed. That's right, he has not taken a red cent to grow his business, which means he's debt free, which also means that he's created something pretty incredible for everybody. In fact, one of the incredible things that they were able to do, they raised $1 million, $1 million from the participants in this event for Operation Underground Railroad, which is a charity that is looking to end child sex trafficking, human trafficking in general, and it is phenomenal and fantastic. And I can't recommend it enough. But back to my fear of missing out. I saw the pictures, I saw the venue, I saw video clips of what was happening there, and it made me realize that I need to be there. So I'm not going to miss that again. In fact, while it was still going on, I booked my hotel room for next year's event that takes place roughly 11 months from now. Okay, next year. I've already booked my hotel for next year. I will not be missing out. I'm not having that fear of missing out again. And really, it's something to be taken for all of our businesses overall, because in business, so often we get caught up in the minutia or worrying about things. And one of the things that I've learned through reading some of these books recently, in fact, just today, I finished reading Shoe Dog, which is the memoirs of Phil Knight, the founder of Nike. Fantastic read. I cannot that it's one of my top 5, really. It is so cool to see this brand, this global iconic brand that we're all so familiar with. I mean, I've got a pair on my feet right now. All of the things that went into actually the making of that company and the things that they did and the struggles that they dealt with. You know what? They got sued by not immigration, by customs for $25 million because the people at Converse and Keds were pissed off at their growth. Okay? That's just unconscionable to me. And ultimately, they didn't end up paying the full amount. They were able to get out of that, but it was just dirty, underhanded business dealings on somebody who wouldn't compete. And there is nothing that I think that is worse than that crab who's in that pot who's pulling everybody else down. You know, you don't want to innovate, you don't want to grow, you don't want to get better. You would just rather everybody else do just as poorly as you. You know, misery loves company. So when I have this fear of missing out, you know, that misery it sets in. You know, I want what somebody else has. And really what it comes down to, I realized, is me. I need to go out and get it. I need to go out and do the work to get it. You know, in Shoe Dog, it actually said, he's like, you know, maybe the recipe for getting out of a rut, for getting out of a state of depression, is just doing more work. And on the surface, that feels a little bit trite, I'll be honest. But underneath that surface, I totally get it, you know. When I need to go in and just dig in and work hard at something and focus, when I can spend that mental energy and focus on one single task, I get so much more done. Now, the constant switching back and forth, all of that it can be really detrimental. It can be a royal pain in the neck, frankly, to be able to get through all of those different tasks that I have. But if I can focus in, if I don't have that fear of missing out on something else, that shiny object syndrome that I've talked about before, if I can actually hone in on that, that's the key to success for me. I found that. Now, what does that mean? Well, in the last week, it's mean that with my new job, I'm doing medical device sales, that I've had to focus in on that. And guess what? My business has taken a little bit of a back seat. It's happened. And sometimes there's a time and a place for everything. And right now, my time needs to be spent in focusing in on those pieces. Now, my podcast, we're not going anywhere, okay? I do this as a creative outlet. I really enjoy it. I have fun being able to interact with people and talk with people and see the difference that I'm able to make for people. So that's not going anywhere. But what it has done is made me reevaluate my priorities. You know, my children are growing up, and the time that I spend with them is precious. We actually just planned a family vacation to New York City. I've been there for a few times on business, but none of the rest of my family has been. So I'm really excited to share that with everybody in my family. You know, and in fact, we've got a big happening here in our household this week. My son is due to find out where he is headed in missionary service. He's being assigned a particular region of the globe, and we don't know where that is yet. We should find out tomorrow. And you know, times are changing. But what I'm not going to have is that fear of missing out. I don't want to have regrets. I want to have experiences. I want to take the bull by the horns. You know, I either learn something or I win. That is a mantra that I have. I either learn or I win, okay? And sometimes when I win, I'm still learning, but I never lose. I never lose. I always have the opportunity to win something, whether that's some new learning that I need or some opportunity to grow and to better myself. And when we take that mentality, when we have the thought that we fall down 7 times and we get up 8, we are unstoppable. It is not a question of whether or not we're going to succeed. It is simply a matter of time, okay? You know, I heard a dentist say something about it's like Novocaine. It works every time. It just takes time. And as somebody who's had multiple cavities in my lifetime and had multiple shots of Novocaine, I can attest that is absolutely the truth. And when I apply that same thinking to business and to life, as long as I keep working at it, I'm going to arrive. I'm going to get there. And that's what part of this podcast is all about, right? This is my journey to the pinnacle, okay? This isn't me standing at the top telling and dictating to everybody, hey, this is how you should do business and this is how you should grow your downline in order to be successful. Guess what? I don't know what that is yet. I'm still figuring it out. For me, figuring that out is the fun part. Enjoy the journey. Don't have a fear of missing out. So I'm planting my flag. I'm not taking no for an answer. No just means not right now. And as I plant this flag, I want you guys to ride on with me because honestly, I'm excited about the things that are coming forward. You know, the Renegade recruiting system is going to have things for Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and LinkedIn, using all the social media networks to help grow your business. We're going to talk about online sales funnels. We're going to talk about podcasting and using YouTube to your advantage. All of these things are going to help you to grow your business. It doesn't matter if it's a network marketing business, if it's a business that handles publications or that does wraps on vehicles. I have a friend of mine who's probably listening to this who actually has a business doing that. It doesn't matter. The principles are the same. Business is the same. And when we learn and when we grow, we end up being the better for it. You guys, I'm excited for this journey. I'm excited to no longer have that fear of missing out. No longer do we get caught up in shiny objects. Really what we do now is we put our head down and we go to work. Hey, thanks for listening, and please remember to subscribe. And if you loved us, leave us an awesome review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you consume your podcasts. Now, if you'd like some free training for your team on how your recruiting efforts can be bettered and brought into the 21st century, go to podcast.mlmrenegade.com and get your copy of the Renegade Recruiting Kickstarter.